Okay, my favorite car here by far is this 69 Torino, built by Rad Rides by Troy. They build some really high-end stuff. This car is a 2-time SEMA winner. I think the first time I ever saw this car in person, it was in all bare metal, showing off all the craftsmanship. It looked perfect then. I really love the color choices they went with. There's a lot of things that stand out about this for me. All the race car touches. I love all the exposed rivets, some of the stuff like the flush-mounted glass that's kind of race car mounted in there, the roof straps that help direct air, all the air dams and everything. It's got a very like NASCAR road race vibe to it. The interior is beautiful. It's all hand fabricated. It's all coated, but it's exposed, so you can see basically all the metalwork. There's no carpet. There's nothing hiding anything. It's just really pure, but very clean. The way all the switches are, just old school toggle switches. Just looks like a car I'd want to drive. It has Holman Moody influences. Has a Boss engine, an Art Morrison chassis, some custom wheels that have a real good Halibran look. They just absolutely nailed that feel of like 60s NASCAR road race, and they did it on a platform that you almost never see built, which is a Torino. They made it look way better than any Torino I've ever seen, so this one takes the cake for me, my favorite car here. Another one I really wanted to talk about and check out, this 67 Chevelle. It caught my eye initially because of the color. It's just beautiful, beautiful blue color. This is very iconic of that era. It fits the car so well. It draws you in, but this car has a ton of modern touches. I love the way they blended just the classic exterior look. A lot of like 60s influence with the color, a 5-spoke wheel combo, but all the best parts underneath. This is on an Art Morrison chassis. There's an LSA supercharged engine in here. Tons of really clean packaging, routing, all the plumbing's nice. Everything looks like the fit and finish is great. Smooth firewall, nothing over the top as far as like show car type stuff, but just super, super clean, super well executed. You could get in, this car is probably reliable. It probably does everything you want it to do as far as handling, power level, and it looks like a 60s car. The other really nice thing I liked was the interior. So we almost never get to do a white interior with RestoMods because you have to be completely clean every time you get in or even look at this car, but it looks so good with this color combo. Everything is very clean. It's got a 6-speed, nice bucket seats, all upgraded Dakota Digital gauges. I just love like the very classic feel that this car still has, but all the finest materials, upgraded components, a lot of billet in places that used to just have pot metal. And then with the Art Morrison chassis, it's mini tubbed. It's tucking a huge 345 tire, so it's probably very planted on the road, puts the power down, and it's probably just super fun to drive. Everything's adjustable as far as the height and the stance, so they have kind of that muscle car rear end up look. I was drawn to this car because we are putting together a 67 for you guys, and I'm just looking for inspiration and details. Our car is going to be on a Roadster Shop chassis with an LS engine, but there's a lot of cool touches on this car, so I wanted to show you guys. Another great one that we could not pass up. This is brought here by our friends at Mopars 5150. So shout out to them for bringing a big collection of really cool cars out here. But this one is right up our alley. It's a 68 Charger and it's extreme. This thing has a blown Hemi in it. So this is a super built car. I think it's upwards of 700 horsepower, probably on a mild street tune, but it's got all the good suspension goodies so that it puts the power down. These unibody cars need a little bit of help with that, but you can see it's got a lot of chassis bracing. It's got modern wheel and tire setup, modern brakes. So this is right up our alley. It makes a ton of power. It's a big car. It's an aggressive looking car. I love the color combo. Silver just works on muscle cars. The vinyl top looks good on it. It's got a really cool black wheels to accent everything. Some really cool little details, just like an accent on the scallops. And the interior is super clean. A nice gauge layout, a good custom console, bucket seats. This car just checks all the boxes for me. I'm a 68 Charger fan, and this one is done really, really well. It's not wild looking and in your face, but it's really clean, really aggressive, and of course, a supercharged Hemi. How could you go wrong? Another one that we had to take a closer look at because there's a lot going on here is this 70 Charger. Right off the bat, I really liked the paint scheme. It's very like 70s motorsport. The color combo works. And then the shape of this car is great. It's sitting just right. It's got Bond Speed wheels. I think these are 19-inch. It's got really wide rear wheels, so it's been mini tubbed. But where this car kind of shines is it's just a mashup of Mopar stuff. So in the interior, you see there's kind of the traditional high back, but it's got a very European style upholstery theme to it. But then the dash, you look at this dash and it looks Mopar, it looks just right in the car, but it's actually from a 71. They cut it down to fit. This car was built by Steve Strope of Pure Vision Design, and he has like a long history of kind of mixing and matching different eras of cars together, and he nails it all the time. He nailed it on this car. This was built way back in 2006, and it still looks like a fresh build. So that kind of tells you that, you know, the right modifications are timeless, and they're always going to look right. This car looks great still. Another weird thing that I noticed is you come around the back, and it's got basically a 68 taillight panel. In my opinion, of the Chargers, the 68 has the best taillight setup. The 70 was not bad, but the mixing and matching of it, it just works. You know, it's not for a traditional purist person. They're not going to appreciate this. But I think if you're going to fully customize and RestoMod a car, why not pick all your favorite parts? And that's what they did here, and they just nailed it. Okay, guys, we're going to bring you one more car that we're going to look a little further into. This one is a very simple formula, and that's why I picked it. I really love, first of all, 70 Chevelle. That's my favorite year of Chevelle. It's the best looking car. This one's black. That's the best color. And it has the best engine for a Chevelle, a big block. So this one has a large cubic inch big block. It's dynoed 750 horsepower, which is right in the pocket for one of these big cars. It makes a ton of torque. This thing's probably just roasting tires, light to light. And it has kind of a simple combo as far as RestoMods today. So this is a big block, a built big block, all forged internals, turbo 400 transmission, so bulletproof transmission. You're not gonna have any issues with it, and a 12-bolt rear end. It has a lot of upgrades to suspension, braking, so it's got like tubular arms, better springs, it's got disc brakes, so all the things to keep all that power level safe and manageable in a really timeless package. Like I said, there's a ton of really over-the-top modified cars here, but one of my favorites is just a tried and true. This has a working cowl induction hood, one of the coolest features on a 70 Chevelle. And all the modern amenities too. So it has AC, it has power steering, it has power brakes. It has everything that you would need. It checks all the boxes, but nothing you don't. So when you get in that car, you feel like you're in a 1970 Chevelle. And then when you hear that rumble and you mash that gas pedal, it's just all the power in the world, more than you even could have fun with on the street, which is perfect. That's why I like this car.